I wanted to have a conversation, a deeper conversation with Caprecia Myree, because the last time she was on the show, she took me to her side and she said, she took my hand, she held it like this, and she said, I hope you never put yourself in a box. And I'm thinking, like, what in the world did she just say to me? Did she just say I was in a box? So besides all that, I knew from that experience, I wanted to have a deeper conversation with her. So I invited her back on the show, and we had such a great time and such a deep conversation that we had to film 2 shows. That's how deep it was. Caprecia Myree is not only a good friend, but she is somebody you want to get to know. She is the CEO and founder of her own company called See My Reflections, Mind, Body, and Spirit. She is, again, someone you want to get to know. She's a speaker, a coach, a friend. I mean, she's all of it in one. She's it. So here's our conversation with Caprecia Myree. Enjoy. So, but the reason why I want to chop it up with you, or have a conversation with you, is because the last time we had a conversation, you took me to a side, which I never will forget. This is part of your legacy. Me and my producer, Chris Gates, were just talking about legacy and how your legacy is every life you touch. So you never really know. But you said to me, you said, you're in a box. Get out of a box. Now, in my mind, I had to sit back and think about it, because I said, well, maybe I am in a box. Maybe I do limit myself to only certain things. And I'm working on it now to get out of the box. So that's why I wanted to have a conversation with you, because I can tell that was spirit-led. And it was something that just came natural to you. It wasn't planned. It came natural to you. Where does that come from?
How I talk to people.
Yeah, how do you, like, where does that kind of calling come from?
I guess I've been doing it all my life, and then I can see myself in people as well. Right. And I can see myself in you. And I can see you. And I wasn't saying like you necessarily in the box. I just trying to say that don't ever box yourself. Right. Because where you are now is you're far. Right. But what I'm saying is you're gonna go farther. Right. Don't think that this is your ceiling. Right. This is not a ceiling. Right. And when you are the smartest person in the room sometimes, and I'm sorry, there you go. Right. It's there. It's there. Right. It can feel like you're being boxed in. Right. But that's only because you probably need to be around more smart people. Right. And so that's all I'm saying. I can see that you are one of the smart ones in this whole Tri-City area. But you know what, Caprecia, you say that, you can say that to me all day, but there are some parts of me that do not feel that way. There's just some parts of me. Now, I don't know why, right? Maybe that's me, God trying to keep me humble. Yeah, because I don't want to get it too high head, because God knows that if it does happen that way, then I will lose all the intention of what I'm really here for. So, but I'm just really being obedient. Like, it's just me being obedient to the calling that God has placed on my life. Now, oh man, what can I say? There's a quote. I don't think I said this to you before. I'm not sure if I said it to the last time you were here. There's a quote by Theodore Roosevelt that Dr. Brene Brown, who is a researcher, she's like a vulnerability guru. Like, she did a TED Talk that went viral, and she's wrote a lot of books. It says that the credit doesn't go to the person outside of the arena. The credit goes to the person who's in the arena, because that person is getting the big blows and getting everything. So I'm just in the arena. Yes, but I'm in the arena. Right. So I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to stay in the arena. Well, you're gonna stay, because the thing is, initial intention is pure. Clean hands, pure heart. Through and through. As long as you got clean hands and a pure heart and pure intent, it's your intention that's going to take you far. It's not nothing you doing, really.
Come on.
You're here.
Right.
You showed up.
Right.
You in position.
Right.
That's all
With
it was.
fear and all, because this is something. No,
Look at
no,
Jonah.
no, be for real.
Look at Jonah.
This is some fear for real.
Jonah, he had a message.
Right.
He ain't want to go into them. Did you read the book of Jonah?
No, I haven't.
Go back and read it all the way to the end,
right.
to the last chapter, because
right.
Jonah had an attitude. Because the Lord told Jonah to go and give these people a message, and Jonah was like, Lord, you know they some sinners.
Right.
And this is the way I translate the scripture. Right, Lord, you know they some sinners. They is not about to listen to me. And why me? Out of all the people, you want to pick me?
Right.
So he going over there, he dragging his feet, right? Dragging.
Right. right.
And then they get on the ship. Well, I think Jonah tried to go the other way. He didn't want to go to the Nineveh to go and tell the people. And they cast lots. It was so bad he had to jump over, and he got caught in the belly of the whale. But once he came up, he was ready. He came out the belly of the whale with a fish, and then he still had a message, right, to give the people. After he gave the message, the Lord saved the people. So Jonah mad now. He real mad. He's like, Lord, I knew you was going to save them people. I don't even know why you told me to go there, because I know you were forgiving, God. I know you merciful. So I don't even know why you told me to go and try to warn these people, because you was going to save them anyway. But Jonah had to do what the Lord told him to do.
Right.
It didn't have nothing to do with him.
Right. Like I said, me and my producer, Chris, we were just talking, and I told him, I said, I've always been a strong communicator, like as far as speaking wise, right? I may not have always had the good grades in school. Jalen Turner did. She was a valedictorian.
Okay, sis.
But I spoke at the graduation.
Okay.
With her, right? With the bad grades and all.
Okay.
Especially there and all, right? So I know that there's something there. I know it's there, and I'm aware of it. I probably don't see it as much as people like you who know me see it, right? And maybe I'm not supposed to see it as you guys see it.
This is what I want for you.
Go ahead. I'm ready to receive it.
If I have for you, I have give permission, because coaches, we have to ask permission.
No, you have full permission. Go ahead.
I do my best to fulfill the call of my ancestors and my grandmother.
Right, come on now.
And the people who come before me.
Right.
That's why you and I connect. It comes a point in your life, and I'm there now. I'm a little older. We start counting after 25. But
okay.
And I'm going to another milestone in my life, and I looked up, and I realized that I've served everybody. I learned this Bible. I can teach it.
Right.
I know about serving people, God's people, and my community, political. But at some point, I didn't see about myself, because I was so given that I neglected me. And when we live for our ancestors or our people who come before us, it's easy, because you think, I just want to make them proud. That's how I'm living, to make them proud. Right. But then you get to a point, and then you say, I'm there. I did everything they expected me to do. Check. I didn't become a statistic. Check. I went to school. Check. I ain't got no kids. Check. Or premarital kids,
Right.
Now I'm down. Got a whole nother problem. Right. I want a kid now.
Right.
But what about me? And you are a giver. And I see that. I see a lot of myself in you. And I see a lot of love in you. I see a lot of, even religion. And religion is not a bad thing. It helps us, keeps us grounded. But I don't ever want you, coming from where I am now, a servant's heart. It's okay to think about you sometimes, and where you really want to go. We owe our parents and our grandparents who we have become. But past that now, what do you want? Because God will give you what you want. I remember saying, Lord, I got everything I wanted. I hit all my goals before 25. I traveled the world before 25. For a couple years, I'm thinking, well, what is it to do?
Right.
I don't know what is it. And then I didn't know what I wanted because I was so busy fulfilling the call and living up to my people's legacy. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But I just don't want you to forget about you.
Right.
That's all.
Well, I'm gonna keep that, and I'm gonna put it in the box. I'm gonna open it when I need it, because I am gonna need it. But we did speak about our mothers earlier, and you asked me about my mother. Tell me about your mother.
Okay, my mom is me times 1,000,000.
Really?
And she's a cosmetologist. She had a substance abuse issue growing up that she fought.
Really hard. When you say substance abuse, what does that mean? Because, I got to break it down.
My mom was addicted to crack.
With you or?
No, she said she make a joke all the time.
Okay.
She say, because there's 4 of us, and 3 of them, the last 3 is, well, she said, I don't know what happened to you, because I was clean when I was pregnant with you, and I don't know, you the slowest one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, she think I'm the slow one. She said, I was totally clean when I was pregnant with you, but now she dealt with substance abuse.
Wow.
It was crack. I mean, and the thing with that is, this is what we got to understand in the Black community.
Come on, talk about it.
That hit most people, family. It was set in our communities, and it messed up a lot of families. It did a lot.
But you know what? At a certain period of time, it wasn't as, from the research I've done, it wasn't like a big thing back then. It wasn't
stigmatized.
Everybody was doing it. Either somebody was doing it, or you knew somebody who was doing it.
Exactly.
So
it wasn't like it is now.
No, if you hear somebody now, you be like, oh my God, for real? So you're right. Go ahead.
And so she cleaned up because she didn't want us in the system. She kept herself clean.
You the oldest or the youngest?
I'm the middle.
Oh, okay.
And I have an older sister. She's like 45 now.
Okay.
And I have a brother. He is 31.
Okay.
I'm going to skip my age. And then I got a little sister. She's 24.
Okay.
So my sister, she stepped in to help us. My grandmother stepped in to help us. But I never knew my mom had an issue until I was in college. I never knew that that's what she was addicted to. I never knew her drug of choice. I knew she had to go to rehab. I seen her go to rehab a couple times. But I didn't understand her drug of choice until I was grown. I didn't understand what it all entirely that was about. I didn't understand. I just knew in New York, they call it sickness. Okay. It's sick. She was sick. It was
but they never went into detail.
Not into detail. And I remember seeing crack, but I didn't know that's what, I thought my mom was
in the house. You remember seeing it in the house?
Nah, I seen that when my mom was clean on the street somewhere being with somebody.
But you thought it was somebody, okay.
He just showed it to me and like, this is crack. You never seen crack before?
Wow.
No, I hadn't seen it. I seen it playing with my friends, walking and being hot.
Right.
Yeah. So I didn't know I didn't understand it. And my mom, she protected us from that. And I did violin. I took violin classes. I took acting classes. We traveled. She kept a lot of things from us. I didn't know what was really going on, really. Right. And so she made sure that we didn't become statistics. So my sister is an educational director. I think that's what it is. My brother, he's a pastor. Okay. I'm a life coach. Wow. And my sister, my baby sister, she's a cosmetologist, like my mom. So, yeah, that's my mom. Right. Yeah.
So, you know what they say, what you don't heal, your children will have to deal with. So what was it that your mother did not heal that you had to eventually deal with as a woman? And you didn't know until you put her life together in pieces. I know. It is a tough question. It is.
Dating and men.
Really? You keep bringing that up.
Why is that? Because I'm in therapy, man.
Because of the man? I'm
in therapy.
Right.
It's not, and I'm getting through it, man.
But what is it about man that's disturbing you? Have you gone through the wrong
I'm widowed.
Ones? Okay. Yeah, you did say that. I remember that. Right.
I'm widowed.
Right.
And he was an older man, and he took care of me really good. And I had to start asking myself, why was I in this relationship? Then as I began to keep asking these questions, I realized that I was molested.
Right.
And as I was going back to my mom, like some things she didn't heal, she's just now we going through therapy right now together. She's 63.
Oh, wow.
And I'm my age. I'm not going to say.
You said it on the last video. We got it. We're gonna put it on here. You said it on the last video.
20-something.
Go ahead.
And we're going through that together because she couldn't. Nobody gave her the permission. And then, like, I was like, well, Mommy, you know, how's your therapy going? She's like, well, my therapy's going good. She said, yeah, my therapist said I can talk about it, then talk about it some more. And some of the things we both like, dang, we could talk about this again after we talked about it the first time? Because we didn't know we could do that.
Wow.
Like, you can say this. No,
Right.
and you can say it again.
Right.
You can tell it again. And we both said, we can tell it again.
Right.
So she didn't heal from that.
Y'all didn't know. So you were widowed, right? Is there something you're not understanding now? Because you keep bringing up man. You brought up man a few minutes ago too.
Yeah.
What is it about man that's making you not feel whatever you're feeling? Are you still struggling with the widow, with your ex-husband?
Well, when I realized that I was molested.
Right, which is something you just recently realized. You said.
I just realized it.
You didn't even know it.
And then my background being sociology.
Okay, right. Okay, I didn't know that.
And I'm like, something happened to me in my growth and development. It took a human growth and development. There are stages and milestones that you're supposed to hit.
Right.
In your between 0 to 5.
Right.
And when you don't realize what happened to you, you can be preconditioned to do things that you didn't even really know. So I'm understanding love differently now. I'm understanding boundaries differently now. I never understood boundaries. Nobody taught them to me. And because I wanted to play and I wanted to be a part, these are things that I'm understanding what happened to me. Right. I wanted to be a part of things. I just wanted to play. I just wanted to be accepted. Right. I didn't want to be by myself, and if I didn't do what they wanted me to do, I couldn't play with them.
So you had to do. You
I
had
couldn't
to be
be
somebody
a part.
who wasn't.
Yeah, and I just wanted to please.
Are you still in that stage?
I'm learning coming out of being a people pleaser.
Which is a disease, boy, I'm telling you.
I'm coming out of that there.
Right.
I didn't learn how to do that.
Right.
Now I'm just learning how to please me.
Right.
I'm really learning. And that's why I'm talking to you like this for real. Because I don't want, and I have friends who have been abused. I'm sorry I got to keep going there, but this is where I'm at.
No, let's go there. Come on.
They disassociate. So I have friends who, people, you heard of, what's it, dissociative disorder?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, people act like they can't remember.
They act like they can't remember, they can.
But they really can't remember, but they have disassociated with the situation.
Okay.
So if you go back into a time where it was the most traumatic time for you, you can't remember everything. It's a fuzz. Well, the brain naturally do that. Okay. That's why people get multiple personalities and things like that, because they had to bring somebody in to deal with this trauma that themselves could not deal with.
And is that what you're doing?
No, that's what I'm trying not to do. Because I have friends who do that. Like I had a friend, she said she can't remember when she was 17. She can't remember where she went to school. She can't remember because she pushed that out of her little brain, because the brain can only conceive so much. Right. And I don't ever want to look up and I can't remember nothing, because I'm picking up on other people's problems and I'm disassociating. Right. I don't want to do that.
Is that why you're in therapy?
I got to catch it.
Right. Are you scared that it will come?
I just don't want to think that I have been preconditioned. I don't want to have some messed up way of thinking because of something that happened beyond my control when I was 4.
Right.
So I need to learn the right things.
Right. Have you fully healed from your relationship with your husband?
I am doing that presently because I was telling one of my friends, it's like this. Even in any relationships, you have unresolved things. Just any relationship. You can be like, I don't know why this person did this to me, and then y'all can be separated. You know, and you never know. But this man died. And I loved him. And I'm getting the story. I'm learning the lesson. And I keep asking myself, I'm asking myself, Lord, why did this happen? How did this happen? This man took me around the world, gave me all the desires of my heart, and he's dead. And I don't understand everything. I found secrets out after he passed, and I didn't realize who I married. So it's like, well, you want to be vulnerable, but you don't want to be manipulated.
Right.
So that's where the therapy comes in at. It's like, I'll give anything to the world.
Right.
But don't use me and abuse me and manipulate me.
Right.
So then you don't want to feel like you can't be vulnerable. You want to feel safe to be vulnerable.
Right.
That if I am vulnerable, you're not going to take advantage of me because I'm like this. I'm a Christian. I'm a life coach. I want the best for you. I want the best for you for real. I don't want nobody to use me. And I'm guarded now because of circumstances. Is that sad?
Well, it is sad, but you have to do what you have to do so that when you do have children, or if you're in a session with somebody, right, as far as life coaching, you can give your fully self.
Yeah, you don't want to bleed.
Right. There was, Dr. Brene Brown, this is what she said. And she said in an interview with the Red Table Talk with Jada Pickett, I watched them too. Mm-hmm. She said, if you cannot ask for help, but are giving it, then you are really not helping that person.
Exactly. And that's why I had to figure something out.
This is something that I resonate with me so well because my life's work is to bring information and to help people. Like, I cannot remember not sitting down, having a conversation with somebody about their life, and them getting emotional, and them getting to a place where it's like, oh my God, I feel so much better now. So that's me. That's me.
Who sees about you?
But you know what? I've never had the problem until recently of not opening up. I just know who to open up to.
Right.
Because not everyone is deserving of you.
Exactly.
And it's not because they're not good enough or they're not qualified, they cannot handle it.
The capacity.
Right. There are some people that I have talked to that you can tell just by a conversation with them, they're not here. Mm-hmm. I know somebody right now who I'm thinking about who tries, but she's not here with me, so I can't, you know what I'm saying? She won't understand it. Mm-hmm. So I get you.
But how does that make you feel?
How's what make you feel?
When you come across someone who can't get with you.
Oh, man. It makes me feel like, okay, this person is not on this level, so I can't. I mean, it doesn't make me feel no type of way, really. Let me think about that. Because
no, it came out right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care. Like, did that sound bad?
No, it came out the right way. That's why I'm asking, because I'm learning to get free from people.
No, because this is what I'm learning now, right? Because I am a people pleaser, and I have been in the past. Oh, yeah, naturally, right?
Me too.
Naturally, like, it comes natural to me. I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, what happened?
I want to know what happened to you. Right. And that probably comes from my mother and my aunt and my grandmother. No matter what they want to disagree with it, it comes from them. But this is what I've learned, and I know this because of previous relationships I've been in. Man, I used to say it all the time. It goes like this. It says, It says, you are attracted to people that don't deserve who you are because you give something to them that they never asked for.
That you want.
Right. So when people are not on my level as far as me really being vulnerable with them, Say
that one more time.
People, I would say like this, because I was speaking to the regular person when I said it, and it came so naturally to me. This is how I know the Spirit just moving through me, right? You are attracted to people who don't deserve who you are. And because you're attracted to them, it's because you are a people pleaser.
Right.
Right? And you're mistaking them for this magical person, right? Like you think they're on a lifetime when they're really seasonal. So where that comes from is that, where that kind of awareness comes from is that I know what it feels like to give my all to somebody.
Right.
And they only give me 1%.
Right.
And it's not their fault. I know we got to go because they got to come in. It's not their fault. It's just they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it because they don't know how to receive it.
Right.
Right? You tell somebody, I'm very open about me being addicted to pornography. Right? So when I tell somebody, they're like, oh, okay. Oh, I'm so sorry how that happened to you. Right? That's all they can do. They won't go as far as that.
Right.
They won't go as far as, so
how
who
you
told
that?
you
Right.
that? Right. Where did you learn? Right. They don't go as far as that. And they just don't, it's just not, they're not there right now.
They're not ready for that.
So I don't feel no type of way. I really don't. If they're not there, they're not there.
I think it's good that you know that.
I'm learning it. I don't know it. I'm learning it.
But it's because I'm just learning it. And I'm almost 30. There you go.
Right. Okay. Almost 30. Okay. But that's okay, though. That's okay.
And when you are called to serve.
Right. Come on.
Those boundaries to be being set on the front end.
Come on. They're gonna mean so much.
It make a difference. It'll get you far fast.
Because where God's gonna take me,
He can't take them. Everybody.
Not even He can't take them. They won't handle it like I can handle it.
Right.
Right.
They don't want to do it.
Because I'm on two different levels. Now I don't want to sound arrogant. I hope nobody's watching this. And I hope nobody's. I'm not arrogant. What it is though I know who deserves me and who doesn't.
Right.
Because I've been treated
Right.
any kind of way.
Right.
But that's my fault because you teach people how to treat you. So I understand that now. So
Learning boundaries.
I'm learning it now. We're going to have to talk again. We're going
Yes.
to have trouble up again because there's so much we can talk about. What would be one thing you would say to somebody now that is struggling with understanding boundaries?
If it doesn't feel right, it's not right.
Right.
And sometimes we have to come out of our minds and our emotions and look at that. Science teaches that. Science, social science. We look at or behavioral science, the action. What is this person doing? Not that I think, okay, no, but I don't think he meant it. He hurt my feelings. Let's just say he called me a B. Let's just say that. Or he called for some verbal abuse, or he or she.
Right.
It's like, nah, they going through something today. No, the fact is you were called this. This is the action, not
call a thing a thing.
Yeah, let's not go on our brains.
But we do that so much though. People do that.
That's why we got to stop.
Right.
And
we just let things flow on by.
But what happened for real? What did you see? What happened? What were you shown?
It's almost like we ignore our own selves.
So come out of our emotions, come out of our head, and look at what do you see? What are you observing for real? Not what you think. And from what you observe, what's happening, you can set your boundaries, but not from emotions. You can't set no boundaries from emotions. It's not possible.
Well, listen, we're definitely going to talk again because I feel like this conversation is loaded. And
it is.
I'm getting so many downloads right now, but I can't say it because of lack of time. But we're going to definitely chop it up again. So you let me know when you're free again.
Yay.
Okay.
It's always a pleasure.
It is.
I love
it really
working
is.
with you.
I do too. I do too. We're going to do something big. Don't worry. Don't worry.
To the
Don't worry.
stars.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This video brought to you by MSW Productions.